Okay. Okay, the reason we're laughing so hard is because we keep forgetting to turn on the recorder. Okay? We're not good at this, Christopher and I. We're poets.
Technology is frightening.
It's hard for us.
Yeah.
I'm Mary Karr.
I'm Christopher Robinson.
And this is Poetry Fix.
And today we have an oldie but a goodie.
John Keats. Doesn't get any better than Keats.
No, it doesn't.
And this particular fragment, why is it so seminal and so moving in terms of Keats's career?
Well, it was written in the margin of a play he was working on or something. He never intended it to be published as a poem, I guess.
And it was also 5 seconds before he died
Yeah.
of tuberculosis at 25, very tragically. And the thing you should know about that consumption, and also about John Keats, was his mother had died of it, and he had nursed her to her grave when he was just in his teens. And then his brother, when Keats is still in his teens, he had to nurse to death, and caught it, obviously.
Right.
Nursing the brother. So, and he died. If you ever go to the Spanish Steps and you face the Spanish Steps, just to the right of it is the Keats Museum.
Yeah.
Go up there.
You can see the little room he slept in.
See the
tiny little writing desk.
Small room he
they
died
have
in.
his death mask there too, which is quite interesting.
It's haunting. It's a very haunting story because, you know, everybody thinks poets are sissies, and we basically are. But but I'll speak for myself. Okay, I'm a sissy. But this is a guy who knew he was dying and went marching around the English countryside in the rain to try to heal himself. So he showed a pair. He had a pair.
All right.
And why was he writing this poem? Who was he thinking about?
Well, he's thinking about his sweetheart.
His sweetheart,
Yeah.
Fanny Braun.
Fanny Braun.
That hoe bag, who supposedly was being a big flirtatious wench all over London while he was gasping for air.
So there's a little bit of indignation in this poem.
This is one of those hey bitch poems.
Yeah.
Only he's smarter than going right for hey bitch.
Right.
He does it through this amazing longing. So I'm going to read it here. This living hand, now warm and capable of earnest grasping, would, if it were cold and in the icy silence of the tomb, so haunt thy days and chill thy dreaming nights, that thou wouldst wish thine own heart dry of blood, so in my veins red life might stream again, and thou be conscience calmed. See, here it is. I hold it towards you. John Keats and Chris is acting. Really is like this hand out of the grave.
Yeah, well, really? I mean, and it's interesting you say that, because that is the opposite of what he literally describes. He describes a living hand, now warm and capable of earnest grasping. It's a perfectly healthy hand. It can grab objects. It can do things hands are supposed to do.
But if it were in the icy silence of the tomb, you hoe bag.
He tricks you with the subjunctive there, that would, it would. And then you
would.
forget that that's there, and now you're imagining this cold, gray, sort of ghastly hand. And by the time you get to the end of the tomb, and he says, see, or the end of the poem, see, here it is, I hold it towards you, he's holding out his regular hand filled with blood, but it's terrifying.
Right,
in a way.
right. And also, you know, what a smack in the chops for old Fanny back in London. You know, she must have been haunted by this. As I continue to be haunted, this is Mary Karr.
Christopher Robinson.
Poetry Fix.